brothers.
Wow.
Well, that's what happens when you nuke somebody. They come back weird.
Anyway.
Sorry
Sorry about that. What are you talking about? Exercising and
Yeah, we were. So a while back, Tommy made the comment about like, I don't know what it was. I think I'm gonna have to go back to. I think I'm gonna go back to doing
but
PT.
I've got 2 reasons for doing it though, because the
and I thought
doing what?
exercise.
Exercise.
Oh, okay.
PT,
We were just talking about marbles in the ass. And
No,
Hang
but
on,
you
we're-
wait,
we're
wait.
circling
I'm
back.
sorry.
We'll come back to that.
we're
We'll come
asking.
back.
You asked about the exercise, so we're.
Yeah.
We'll get back to it.
I am sorry.
Not like he
I'm
had
sorry.
the lady laying down on the mat and he was squatting over pooping on her face.
I got another story.
Get your head out of marbles.
I got another
man.
terrible story. Y'all go ahead. Exercise.
Okay.
So but I'm twofold because I've got 3 torn tendons in one shoulder and the ALS stuff.
Oh, okay. Twofold. I thought you were uncircumcised. All right. Anyway.
Only on one side. Looks like a half torn turtleneck.
got a scarf. It's like a knot.
I'm sorry. Exercise. Exercise.
Right.
Twofold exercise.
So,
No.
by the way, anyway. So I do it to keep the limber and loose and stuff. Because if I don't,
Especially when you're twofold.
yeah, I'm like a bad ham. I get a bunch of grease all congealed in the bottom of the bowl. So, just saying.
All right.
But
Maybe
I've got to do PT stuff if I want to try to use my right arm. So I have to do all the physical therapy exercises that are supposed to.
See, that's the thing is I just because the VA will only let you go to chiropractor, you know.
Yeah, they don't like that stuff. They'll
they
send you to
don't.
physical
They
therapy
give-
for 3 or 4.
you get
or 5,
12
So
you
you're
get
stuck in
6.
this thing.
So I
Yeah.
get 12 sessions per year. So 12 weeks per year. That's all I get. And so the last time I seen my chiropractor was 2 years ago. So after I got the first 12, then I had to wait 2 years to go see him again. Because once the year expired, then it takes them a year to get it all. Anyways,
My
views on chiropractors are not well received anyway.
Wow.
That's kind of woohoo science.
Because look.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
No.
I'm a chiropractor.
No, but the
See me
thing,
chiropractic my knuckles.
I can't. I can crack my knuckles too. I just can't crack my back. And that's where
That's why I'm in the situation I am, because I did crack my back.
And the thing is like I went this week, the week before, he cracked my back, the upper and lower, and I came home and I slept all day. It was
that
the
little
best
traction
sleep.
machine they put you in is pretty handy.
Yeah, but talking about the physical therapy, and I've learned that if I don't stay active and I don't do something, I will hurt. My back will stay tight, even though I can stand there and exhale and throw my back out. That's how bad it. It's like I need to not do this. I need to be physically.
Bend over and grab a piece of paper and put yourself in the chair for the next 3 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's all about that core strength.
right, and so I have to work.
And I have a core.
I've always said I don't work out. I'll work, but I won't work out. So it's like
No, I'm doing both. I have to do both. I don't have a knot. I have to do that.
Well, it's like we're upstairs, and if I got to move stuff, I'm not going to try to. Mrs. John Ray was like, "Here, let's get as much as we can, and we can make one trip." And I was like, "No, I just grab the 2 items, and I'll walk down, and I'll walk up, and I'll walk down, and walk up, because that is my exercise." I don't have a problem walking up and down the stairs, because I do it a lot. I've been working on that camper, getting in and getting out. Man, my ass cheeks were hurting forever, man, because you got to step.
Would you go camp?
I
sorry.
don't think he was doing it right. If his butt
No,
I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
I was getting out. I would just fall and land on my butt and then get out.
When you're pulling out?
Nah. All right, this is not going the way I wanted it to go.
Sorry, you start talking about your ass, it's not going to go the
No,
way
you
you
make
want it to go.
you like step on this desk and step off this desk.
Yeah.
100 times a day. You're gonna feel it in your ass.
Yeah.
Your glutes are gonna hurt.
I know. That's
I'd
what
do all
happened when I used to be a prostitute. Step up on the desk. Get off the desk.
Is it a
step up on the
prostitute if you have to pay them to? No, that's okay. Never mind. Nothing.
What would you call that?
What?
If you gotta pay people to do you,
You're
not pay to get done.
it's called desperate.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a sad state of affairs for you.
So if the lady's
If you
like,
can't- if you
I'll
can't-
pay you to do me,
Well, then I would be a gigolo.
you would be a gigolo.
Yeah, if they're gonna pay me to do them,
Huh.
I'm a gigolo.
Well, alrighty then.
Or you can call it a male prostitute. That's
An escort.
where did the gigolo come from, anyways? I mean,
When you take off your pants,
it jiggles low.
it goes low.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Good job.
I don't know what.
Wait, we're talking about exercise.
Yeah.
You got to
What-
work your arm out.
You
got to
up
work
with-
your ass
you
out.
You come up with being a prostitute. Man.
I'm trying to put it back in perspective.
Okay. So yeah, working out, got to do, and I really think I should do more of actual, more of a. I think I've never done the CrossFit stuff. Well, no, I did it one time. We had a guy when I was overseas in the Army, and he did a PT session,
Not cross dress.
Oh,
CrossFit.
Yeah, no.
And we did that. And man, you talking about that will kick your ass in a short period of time.
Yeah, I've got a 30-pound medicine ball and 24-kilo kettlebells.
I got a kettlebell.
15-pound mate. Yeah, but it's my stuff's all full range of motion. I want to make sure that I can go from left to right, right to left, up and down,
Mm-hmm.
without bending over, grabbing a piece of paper, and putting myself in a chair.
I noticed you got the ropes. Do you do the ropes?
Mm-hmm. It takes me a couple of minutes before I can start getting a rhythm going, because I got one arm that's just going to town and the other one's like going,
Maybe tomorrow.
maybe later.
I'm not feeling it.
So I have to physically manifest you're going to move.
So
And in a couple of minutes into it, I'll eventually get where I can get a decent sort of rhythm going. But I don't have any endurance in it, because I think the muscles have started to atrophy.
can you do like halos with the kettlebells?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those are, I always like doing those.
I'm not going to do any of that.
Well, you have herniated discs. That's different.
See, I don't have that issue.
I got a spur, a bone spur in my shoulder.
Now you're just bragging.
You can just get that.
I got a little growth in my shoulder.
You got a little
Just
growth,
like the other little growth. ... See where that went? Just like that. Kaboom. Junior high.
He ain't
Well.
lying.
Yeah, but no, I just got through with my. Here's the thing that really frustrates the heck out of me with all this, with my back issues. So
Sand in your lube.
I got I had 2 herniated discs and 1 bulging disc, and I've had 1 disc, a discectomy. I mean, cleaned it up,
They shaved it.
and so every time. I mean, and before I had my first surgery, I'd go to physical therapy, and it's always the same thing with the back. All right, we're going to do some ultrasound. We're going to put some electricity. We're going to put you in some traction. We're going to use some decompression. We're going to use some hot. We're going to use some cold. We're going to do some stretching. That's it. Every time I get a new doctor,
Rinse, repeat.
we're going to go to PT. And it's the same stuff. I mean, this very last time I went,
Reinvent the wheel.
First thing they did was give me a TENS unit.
Yeah.
And they stick these on and shock the shit out of yourself for 30 minutes at a time. And I did it for a little while.
Yeah.
And I got nothing from it. And then the next thing, guess what they did? Cold pack. They put some machine on me and circulated cold.
They tried the TENS.
They're going to do all the same stuff. And I was asking, so I had to skip a couple of my. I had to skip a couple of my PT sessions, but I went to the last one, and it was just an evaluation. What's your range of motion? Blah 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 blah. And I'm talking to the person. I said, look, every time I go to PT, right? And she asked me, is there anything that you think we can do to help you? And I said, Do you have anything other than shocking me, ultrasounding me, heating me, colding me, decompression, contraction, or what's a extraction or what's
Dilating
where
your
they pull
uterus.
you apart?
Stretch.
Traction.
Contraction, right?
Yeah.
And massaging and is there anything new that you can do other than that?
There's
Like,
nothing
nope.
new. There is one other
Nope,
thing
sorry.
you can do.
It's like
Nope.
an HMO checklist.
That's-
They've got their things that they do.
And that's like, okay, well, the only thing that's left is go exercise on your own.
And that's it. And so, I'm like, look, I just got to get all this stuff documented. I got a new doctor. I'm jumping through the hoops, playing the hula hoop. I just need to document it. That's it. That now I've got new symptoms from an old injury, and that's all. I got to go jump through these hoops. I tell my doctor, new doctor, all right, I'm starting to get numbness and sharp pains in my thighs, the front of my thighs. Okay, here's some topical cream.
It's sciatica, doc.
and
That don't work.
But you got to do all this stuff. You got to jump through all these
don't
stupid
work
hoops.
on me. That's the problem.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. My nerves don't respond.
Ah.
So the muscles just sit there and shake, but there's
Oh yeah, I tried
there's
putting
no
that thing
benefit.
on my thigh, right? And I cranked it up, and my leg's like, whoa.
So they
And-
they sent me that they sent me that TENS unit. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
And it has just a belt, and it's got a little these.
No,
little,
there's no belt.
no, mine has
The
like a
fancy ones do.
the fan. So this one has like a.
They gave me the $30 one.
No, this one has like a neoprene, like a back,
Wow.
back support. And it's got these
Yeah,
two
yeah.
probes on it, but two probes.
Like a bowling ball.
Shocker.
Anyway,
So
Junior
so I
high.
put it on there, and I was like, this would be cool because then you don't have to worry about trying to get to stick or nothing like that. Well, I didn't. So I was like, put it on. I can turn it up and hit it, and holy shit! Because the contactor was not like the sticky pads.
yeah.
It was like arc. It
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was
like a
yeah, and I was.
Yeah, that's not uncomfortable. or
Mrs.
nothing.
Johnny Ray was freaking out. She's like, "What the hell?" Because I was just like, "Oh, All right, we did. That sounds like pleasure. Mine was not pleasure. Mine was not pleasurable.
And then I did research on these TENS units, and people put them on their penises.
Oh, yeah.
What
There's
the hell?
What else do you do with
Hey.
it?
Oh my God!
especially you can go see an episode of Jackass where they take it and they put it right on their taint and then they crank it up and blink. Yeah, there's the shit that people do.
Call back to yet another episode.
Well, that's how they get bull semen is they shock them with those shockers
Yeah.
Really?
right on their nutsacs.
Right on their prostate.
I don't know that firsthand.
Makes that sound exactly like that too. Well, mine's spinal stenosis. So the guy was like, "Well, you have a very narrow spinal column." I'm like, "Thanks, doc." But the nerve
Some people pay big money for that.
yeah, the hole in the spine where the nerve endings come through is smaller than the nerve, so the nerves are like ballooning up on either side. So the A ain't talking to B, B ain't talking to A.
Oh, really?
So none of that other stuff, none of that shit works.
Things
So
are getting clogged up in there.
yeah, I'm all pinched off.
You can preach it off.
Well,
If you're a female, they'd pay big dollar for that.
yeah,
That narrow entryway.
my narrow spinal column. It's like, thanks, doc. Now you're just being hurtful.
Well,
I'm not really a doctor. I just play one in the bedroom.
He stayed at Holiday Express.
well.
Exercise, huh?
Yeah, exercise.
It works.
So
And I'm getting into yoga, which seems
So,
to help a lot.
dude,
I love yogurt. The Greek
yoga.
yogurt?
So
It's
yoga, I
great.
did yoga before, and that was probably the hardest exercise I've ever done.
It's kind of
'Cause-
awkward if you can't. move
Well,
around
and
very
my
well.
biggest thing was
I
when
know
you gotta
what your
read
biggest
when,
thing is. But what?
when you gotta lay down on grab your ankles and pull your back.
I don't think you're doing it right.
Yeah, I know, man. See,
How could I not?
I
How
know.
could I not?
Oh my God.
It's not my fault.
I don't
It's
think
not
no.
my fault.
No. You're
And
good.
they name these things like crying baby and standing wounded warrior and all
Yeah.
these
The
whack-
doggy.
Yeah,
the forward dog,
doggy
the
dog.
downward
Cobra.
dog, the downward dog. I mean, like,
Come on.
I
know
mean,
what
it was
you're
nice. It was really. I mean, it was entertaining to watch the yoga instructor. She was, it's like, wow, she can hold her big toes and just stand there and sit on her pelvic bone and she's talking.
What was the stuff back in the day? Aerobicise in the 80s?
Yeah,
What was it?
jazzercise.
What was that? Where they were all in their little leotards
it was,
and stuff, and they're like bending and crease.
Yeah, they had that on
Leg
MTV,
warmer.
didn't they?
HBO, I thought it was, or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
I forget.
Cinemax.
Yeah, it was a jazzercise or robicise.
Yeah,
or something.
soft porn channel, Cinemax,
We watched a lot of that.
Yeah.
all day long.
It's like, oh,
Where's the pillow? I need a pillow.
Some of that stuff actually does. I know the position you're talking about, and then the one where
you got it, and it cracks your back is what
say
it does.
that.
And holy cow, I could never.
Well, it goes back to if you could, would you?
Yes.
Well, it's like they're like you got to reach and grab your hand.
Oh, that ain't happening,
Dude, I can't even put my finger. I can't touch the middle of my back. And my arm does not do that. And she's like, "Oh, no, just use a towel." And I'm like, "Okay." So just so you can bridge the gap. And it did the same thing with doing the feet. And then she was like, "Okay, now just pull." And when I did that, it was like right up my back. I mean, my whole back just broke. You guys are sick fuckers.
I didn't say anything. I'm trying really hard to
You
stay
guys,
on topic.
He's got you with the glisten in his eye.
He looked at me and like it was like right. Yeah, I know.
I know the feeling. You get good and dilated.
Okay, yeah.
Well, one of those positions is called crying baby, and you lying around on your back and you bring your knees up to your chest and grab your feet. I'm like, okay, you had me at the knees in your chest part, but
Baby, crying baby.
it's
It's like you're like in a fetal position, I guess.
yeah
You
Or is
hold
it like
yourself?
you're giving birth to a baby and gonna make it cry? You gotta
you're
put your
holding-
you're at 9 centimeters.
fully dilated. Push.
Breathe. The most disconcerting statement you'll hear from an uninterested third
I didn't know what
party
other
helper.
noise to make. Disconcerting statement. I'm with you.
Just
I hear you.
breathe through
Keep
it.
talking. Keep talking.
Like what? I'm sitting here fixing to fart all over the place, and you're telling
That
me
ain't
to
it.
Oh.
breathe
It ain't
through
a
it.
fart at that point.
And that's
Yeah.
so funny because you would hear it. People, I mean,
You know it's coming.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
because
it's
everybody
coming.
there was like, I think there was like a half a dozen guys in the room, and we'd stretch out and you hear just. Like, and then the instructor, she goes, "It's okay,
It's just natural.
It's natural." And
Until
it's
you
like
get one of these guys that has been drinking beer and eating oatmeal.
he's been drinking beer and eating pickled eggs, and it's like, oh my god, dude.
He vibrates off the mat for a few inches.
Reed Brothers.